the attacks in Kaduna, from the train attacks to the airport attacks, to the killings, internal killings. I don't know what exactly. I don't know, but this is really embarrassing. This is really embarrassing. Without a doubt, I know for sure. I've always thought about how security is going to be handled when it comes to this whole train thing. I've always thought about it, but then it's just really shocking to see that there was really nothing placed as regards the security measure. I understand I don't know how true it is, but it was more like, hearsay that helicopters like go through, like helicopters pass over the train, just survey the area and all of those things. But I don't know how true that is, and I don't know how long that was supposed to last. How many times a day? How many times?
They even carried that operation out. That's the flight. Do they even
how many times has it even been carried out?
Attack the train, and literally nobody knew until later. And I was hearing things of them saying that it's a lie, that it is not true, that there was no attack. Somebody posted
that.
Yes. Imagine NTA didn't carry it. NTA was showing different things. AIT. I mean,
I heard.
It was as if not for social media, we would not have known that something like that went down. So you can imagine.
It's really unfortunate. And then for I don't know, but I was reading something yesterday. I don't know who compiled it. The statement El-Rufai against President Jonathan when during the whole battle with Boko Haram, and when the insurgency was really at some high. You get, and all of those things that government is able to. And I don't know. This is rather sad. And this is rather embarrassing. And I think it's really, I really felt it was at a whole high, because the attack on the airport happened even before the train attacks, and we're talking about it. I don't know if you remember when they dropped that link. I'm talking about it, and we're like, this is really embarrassing, because the airport is supposed to be one of the safest places for many people in and out, and just a few tens, or let's say, I don't know how many bike men and people on bike, like really.
They look like almost 100 people.
Are you serious?
I think I saw a video.
Well, the security.
Those bags were a lot.
I've not seen the video though. I haven't seen the video though.
I think I saw it.
See. Praise, I want to ask you a very, very straight question. Do you think that the government of Nigeria has what it takes to really go after this bandits and to really clear up this whole, especially insurgency in the north?
I think not.
Right.
Because
are you serious?
The funny thing about this whole thing is it was probably started by the politicians of the country, but now it is blowing out of proportion.
Okay.
I think they were the ones that facilitated the armament of these bandits and whatnot, Boko Haram and everything. But now it has gotten out of hand for them, and I think some external forces are using this as an opportunity to infiltrate the country. Because, okay, security issue was not really that tough in Nigeria. Okay, we had the Niger Delta militants, we had kidnappings from time to time, we had just riots from time to time. But I think at that time, after the Civil War, I think that was basically it. That was basically it. But now it has become so rampant. And because people are also very hungry and desperate to do whatever to survive. Then you find somebody going to watch match, Ghana match, and then didn't come back home just to receive his family members receive a phone call demanding for ransom of 100K. And after the 100K, it is getting to a point that they can kidnap somebody for a bag of rights. Yes.
Well, I won't. Well, bro. I won't. I will still get back, and we'll still get back to that discourse on the whole match thing. It's really sad. Okay, please continue.
So you see that the security of Nigeria right now is very, very porous. It's very porous, and because it looks as if the government doesn't have the interest of individual states at heart, it's that's why you then see individual geopolitical zones wanting to create their own armed forces and to have their own security. We have Amotekun in the southwest, especially
in the west,
which I think is advisable, because I saw that there was a statistics analysis done of the amount of police force personnel, both soldiers and everything, and I think they said it was about 144,000 personnel in total. Air Force, police, every one of them. I don't know how true it is, but if that number is true, and then you're talking about protecting the lives of over 200 million people, how do they tally? That is how many
it's not enough.
to one person. How
if you look at the ratio, it doesn't even make sense.
The ratio doesn't add up. If we look at places like America, for example, we look at Britain. I don't really know of Britain, but America they have the National Police Force, they have FBI, they have CIA. Then each state has their own police force. Each state, each down to the local governments, you see heads of, you see the sheriff department, you see, I mean, when you're watching movies, all this kind of this thing is really, you see NYPD, that is New York State, this thing, you see New York County. Well, it's organized, and at every state, and because the pay is not like a job you do out of desperation, out of I've tried everything and this is what I have left. Let me just put hand here, and then you're not looking for a way to get 50 naira on the road. There is honor in the fact that you are serving your country, and they make you feel special.
You are serving. True.
So you get to serve.
Very valid point.
The citizens with respect. They treat you also with respect. The government also treats you with respect. So you see, because of all this, the police force is not a catchy, is not an enticing business or occupation or career.
Bro, there's nothing enticing about the police force.
Individual Nigerians.
Apart from whether maybe the power, no, but there's really nothing catchy about it. That's the unfortunate truth. There's really nothing. There are very few things catchy about the force or serving Nigeria in that aspect, unfortunately.
Exactly.
But you have made very, very, very valid points. Very valid points. And I think because I listened to still on the whole attacks and everything, and especially on the train attack, I listened to a video where Rotimi Amici was speaking. And he was speaking about the fact that they had made requests to the federal government, whether for permission for some fund, and then as well for permission to get a number of things in place to be able to ensure security. Then they were not granted. And he was really, really pained. I know this, of course, everybody will try to really speak concerning it, and the people who would want to save face will save face, but he made valid points. we requested for this, we're not giving this, and it's on account of this that you can see that a number of these things are going on. Because if it's the case that, oh, he was given what was requested, and then we now see that, oh, the government had provided all the necessary funding, the government had provided all the necessary permission needed for us to carry out this, but this happened. It's a different story in itself. So it's just really unfortunate. And then the loss, especially one of the most painful losses in that situation was the doctor that died, Dr. Chinelu, who was supposed to travel out of the country yesterday or so. She was supposed to travel out yesterday. And then I just really, really found it sad that when she made an alert on Twitter for help, that people kind of just made it look like she was just seeking unnecessary attention and all of that. It's really, really sad the way people reacted to that particular news. I listened to it, and she said that she had just been shot, or that she needed help or something. And somebody was like, "Are you dead now?" I'm like, "Are you kidding me? Why are we like this?" Somebody was like, "You die in Jesus' name," and I'm like, "Are you?" Even if somebody is joking, like, can't you just give the benefit of doubt that this may be a serious situation?
That's that. I don't know. That's one thing.
It's so unfortunate.
And she's dead now. So are they happy?
Bro, it was really sad, and you get, and at the end of the day, that's one thing. You get to see that people put a lot of things online without thinking. I'm not really as available on Twitter, but sometimes I read a number of these comments, and it's just really sad.
It's getting to a point that because of the porousness of our security, people should know by now that they should not take for granted what people post online, especially live. Because look at, for instance, now see the girl that died in that BRT bus. Will anybody have known anything else if not for what she posted?
Which of them is that? The one we discussed about Lagos?
Yes.
That the one that was raped and killed. Okay.
So it's just so crazy because right now it seems that the only way for us to keep ourselves safe, both from the people that are supposed to be protecting us and from the bad guys, the remain bad guys that everybody know are the bad guys, is through social media. And then somebody comes out to post something on social media and people think it's just a publicity stunt. I mean, if that's not carelessness at the extreme, I don't know what else you can call it.
It's really, really sad and unfortunate. And I think for me, one thing I would just say is, because I'm just throwing it out there, but what's your thoughts? Because one thing is, once you look into that or you look at that line, there's no way of really, I'm looking for the word. There's no way of really having to put a number of boundaries to it. People really taking up arms and taking up security for themselves, like getting their own guns. And because, of course, you just piss me off. Bam, if I can track you, I'm gone. That's what it means. If everybody has their own guns, if I can track you, you're gone and everything. But then at the end of the day, you get to see communities that have, the only thing they have is just cutlass. And I don't know, maybe their knives that they use for cooking and all of them. And then you get to see bandits attack them in their numbers with guns and all of that. The only thing you have as security is cutlass or hoe. And those things can't really do anything. I was listening to something, and I think it's whether Kaduna or so, and they said for farmers, it has gotten quite bad that you have to, you want to harvest your crops, you have to pay the police. I don't know how true it is, but I have to pay the police to.
You don't have to pay the thing. See, I was listening to radio this morning, and somebody came to give a statement to report an incident that happened. The police collected 2.5 to listen, then say you should pay again to write statements. I don't understand. In what country is that done? Well, so we are the problem of ourselves.
Bro, this is really unfortunate what is going on. This is really unfortunate what is going on, the entire situation. But sincerely, as much as I'm very hopeful, I'm praying for the country, I feel like the government really needs to sit up. The discussions that need to happen. I know the NGF, the Nigerian Governors Forum, I think that's the NGF, have really discussed and are still discussing. And I think a number of things need to be done as regards what is happening in the country currently. So that's